Hi friends, long time no see. My name is Alex. For those of you who don't know me, I am a yoga instructor living in Los Angeles, and I don't even remember the last time I posted on YouTube. It might have been like right when COVID happened, almost 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago, which is crazy. A lot has changed, but I made a promise to myself that I would start posting again this year, and here we are. So all you need is a yoga mat. If you practice with props, I love practicing with blocks. So if you have 2 blocks, grab them. If you don't have blocks, you can always use like books or water bottles. And yeah, we're gonna be opening up the hips, opening up the heart space. It's gonna be a really wonderful, well-rounded flow. I'm really excited to be back. So let's get started. All right, friends, so let's get started on our backs today in Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide, and come on down. Oh, so nice. Just taking a moment here to just ground down, right? So you can bring your hands on your body like I have, one on my belly, one on my heart space. Some people like to have the arms down by your sides. Others like to have the arms overhead and grab opposite elbows. But today I really am feeling like I need some grounding. So again, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly if that's you. And just take a moment here to land and to arrive into your space, right? So just kind of letting go of whatever your day looked like before this, letting go of whatever you have planned after this, right? So this is your time just to focus on your breath, focus on your body, focus on your mind. We'll take a couple of rounds of breaths together here. So wherever you are in the cycle of your breath, open up your mouth and exhale out all the air from your lungs. Take a nice full inhale, feel your side body, your front body expand, fill up. And then take an open mouth exhale, let it all go. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhale, think about a 360 breath. Front body, side ribs, back body fills all the way up. Open your mouth, exhale, let it all go. One more just like that. Inhale, fill all the way up, expand. Open your mouth, let it all go, sigh it out. And from here, let's start to bring the arms down by our sides. Start to gently press the soles of the feet together and feel the inner thighs wake up a little bit. Take a full inhale. Exhale, close your legs like you're closing a book. Inhale, open. Do that again. Exhale, close. Draw your belly down and in at the bottom of your exhale. Inhale, open up. One more time. Exhale, close. Keep your legs closed. Walk your heels towards your glutes. Let's take the right knee to the right armpit and come into a half happy baby. So you can capture either the shin, the ankle, or the inner or outer edge of the right foot. I like to take my left hand to my left hip crease just for a little grounding here. And we're gonna start to bring a little bit of movement into that right leg. So you're gonna start to bend and extend, but don't straighten the leg all the way. So just bringing a little bit of awareness here to the back of the right leg. Just noticing, maybe you start to feel a little stretch in the inner right thigh, maybe in the hip crease. And let's do 3 more pulses here as you're bending and extending. Last one. And then slowly release your right foot, plant it down. We'll switch it out. Take your right hand to your right hip crease, left knee to your left armpit, coming into that half happy baby, right? So again, you can capture either the ankle or the shin or the inner or outer edge of your left foot, and then start to bend and extend, but not all the way to straight. So resist the urge to force that and be a little bit more mindful in the movement. And just taking inventory on this side, right? So how does the back of the left leg feel, the hamstrings? Maybe you feel a nice little stretch in the inner thigh. Maybe you feel a little stretch in the hip crease. And we are gently compressing the hips, right? So you might feel that too. Last 2 here. And as you finish your last bending and extending here, you're gonna keep your left leg in a half happy baby, but take your right knee to your right armpit and come into a full happy baby. Don't straighten your legs. Keep your knees bent. So again, compressing the hips here, a little compression. Glue your spine to the mat, and then keeping your knees bent, gently press your feet into your hands. Take a full breath in and a slow breath out. And as you're pressing your feet into your hands, resist the urge to straighten and just kind of press your hands into your feet. One more, inhale and exhale. All right, really nice. Take your knees to your chest and then start to rock side to side. So you'll take some circles in one direction, just kind of massaging the muscles around the low back, the spine. And then after you've done that a few times, let's take the hands behind the thighs. We're going to rock and roll and come up to tabletop. If you have blocks, have them at the top left and right corner of your mat, and we'll come into a tabletop pose. All right, so tabletop, stacking all four corners here, shoulders over the wrists and hips over the knees. We'll start to invite some cat-cows. And as you start to move through your first couple of rounds of cat-cows, can you invite something that is called segmentation? So moving through every single vertebrae in the spine. So maybe starting from your tailbone, maybe you're closing your eyes here and moving in a very slow, meticulous manner, and envisioning, again, every single vertebrae move towards a cow, and then starting from the tailbone, moving every single vertebrae towards a cat, right? So flexion and extension of the spine here. And after you've done that a few times, maybe you start to invite a more intuitive, organic cat-cow. And what I mean by that is maybe start to take some circles with your hips, kind of pressing your hips back towards your heels. You could flip your fingertips, get into the wrists and the forearms. You can move your head. You can move your neck. Really, whatever feels best for you, right? Maybe you're just closing your eyes here. And it doesn't really matter what you look like. This is more about tapping into your physical body, your energetic state, thinking less, feeling more, noticing where you might be holding a little bit of tension or stickiness, and maybe you're there for an extra round of breath or two. Really, really nice. Take about 2 more rounds of breath here. All right, let's come to a neutral tabletop. And I'm gonna face you guys at home, that way you can see. I'm gonna extend my right leg out to the right and spin to the sole of the right foot. We're gonna do something called an adductor rock back. So you're gonna start to shift front to back. Again, just kind of bringing that awareness to the inner thigh and the hip on that right leg. And if it feels good, you can stay here. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can lift the ball of your right toes as you press your hips back. You can even bend and take circles here in one direction. So bending the right knee, circles in one direction, and then take circles in the other direction. All right, let's come to a neutral spine. Keep the right leg extended. We're gonna walk the hands back to the hips. Come to standing on that left knee. We'll sweep the arms overhead, take a full inhale. Exhale, come into a gate pose. So your right hand will come down and take that left arm up and over, getting into your left side body. Full inhale. Slow exhale. Really nice. Inhale, let's come back up. We're gonna go the other way. Exhale, you're gonna tip your left fingertips down to the mat. If you need a block here, take a block underneath your left hand and then reach the right arm up towards the sky. So we're in a modified side plank here. Now, this might feel good for some of you. You can stay here. If you want to come into a modified Ardha Chandrasana, modified half moon, you can float your right leg and work the inner thigh and the outer hip. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can come into a modified Chapasana, sugarcane, curl the heel towards the glute, and capture the foot. Now, if you have your foot in your hand, gently kick your foot into your hand. Feel the hips open and even feel the chest and the shoulders engage as you lengthen through your crown for 3. Keep breathing here for 2 and 1. Without slingshotting, release the foot if you have it. Ground it down. Use your obliques to rise up. Inhale. Exhale, come back to your tabletop. Bring your right knee back in. Your choice. You could take a cat-cow to neutralize. You can wiggle your hips. You can move your head. And we'll do the other side. So we're gonna extend the left leg out to the left, spin to the sole of the left foot. Maybe you're tucking your right toes to keep yourself a little bit more grounded. And then again, shift front to back. So noticing how this side feels in comparison to the right. Maybe you're lifting the ball of the left toes as you press the hips back. Maybe you're taking those circles as you bend your left knee in one direction and then bending in the other direction. Really nice. All right, let's come to a neutral spine. Left leg stays extended. You're gonna walk your hands to your hips. Sweep your arms overhead, take a full inhale. Exhale, gate pose, left arm down. Take your side bend up and over to the left, lengthening through your right side this time. Full inhale and slow, steady exhale. Let's come back up, inhale. We're gonna tip, exhale, right fingertips come down, left arm up towards the sky, coming into your modified side plank, okay? And then from here, if you want, you stay here, or you can float, modified half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, working the inner left thigh and outer left hip, or you come into a modified sugar cane and curl the heel towards the glute and capture the foot. Gently kick your foot into your hand and press the hips forward as you open up into the chest, lengthen through your crown for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release without slingshotting that left foot. Ground it down first. Come up, inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Left knee comes back in, and then moving towards a cat-cow just to neutralize, or even a wiggle, or maybe a variation of the two. And then from here, we're gonna come to a downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, press your hips up and back, downward facing dog, and continue to make this an organic down dog. So maybe you're bending one knee, bending the other knee, shake your head no, shake your head yes. Really, really nice. In your down dog, let's come to stillness. Feet are about hips width distant. Bend your knees a little bit here and press your hips up and back. Can you get longer through your side body and activate through all 10 finger pads? I would rather you have a deeper bend in your knees and a long straight spine than have your legs straight and a round spine, right? So press the hips back. And then what's happening with your hands, right? Activate through all 10 finger pads here. Relax your head, relax your neck, and broaden into the shoulders. From here, inhale, lift your heels. Let's ripple forward to our first plank. So holding plank. Keep your feet hips width distant. Drive your heels towards the back of the room. Zip your inner thighs like you're squeezing a block. Can you tilt your pelvis towards your chin? Press into the earth and then isometrically drag your heart through your arms. Full inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. From here, we're going to inhale, float the right leg high. Keep the hips square and look outside of your right hand. Exhale, quietly step your right foot outside of your right hand. And once your right foot is grounded, you can come onto finger tops. You can also use your blocks here. Think about pressing your pelvis forward and your heart forward on your inhale, and then downward facing dog on the exhale. We'll do the left side. Inhale, lift your left leg high, three-legged, keep the hips square. Exhale, step your left foot outside of your left hand. Again, inhale, hips forward and heart forward. Downward facing dog, exhale. From here, take an inhale. Child's pose on your exhale. Lower the knees, sit your hips back towards your heels. Rest your head for a moment. Child's pose to me is like home base, right? So whenever you need a break, whenever you need to ground down, taking child's pose is there. Take a full breath in and then a slow breath out. Coming back to downward facing dog here, we're gonna tuck the toes and press the hips up and back. From down dog, let's float the right leg high, three-legged dog. Listen, on your exhale, just curl your heel towards your glute. So keeping the hips square. Take a full inhale. On your exhale, peel the right knee up towards the sky, open it up. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, crossing your right knee to your left tricep. Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, right knee to your right tricep. Inhale, three-legged, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose. And then how quietly can you step your right foot in between your hands? Drop the back knee down. And then from here, coming into a lunge on Vinyasa. Hands could come to blocks for a moment. I like to do this just to kind of neutralize and settle into the pose. We're gonna hold here for a few rounds of breaths. So from here, gently lifting your heart. As you gently press your hips forward, right, be mindful. Draw your belly up and in. And as you feel that belly engage, that left hip flexor might start to fire up. Hands could come to your hips. And then maybe you're here, right? Scrubbing that right heel back and then gently scrubbing that left knee forward. And then maybe the arms float overhead. Low lunge on Vinyasa. If you want to add a little back bend here, You could take the elbows, you could take palms together. Think about curling the upper chest towards your chin, and then maybe start to lift your gaze for 3. Keep breathing here for 2 and 1. Slowly release your hands down. Blocks if you have them. Tuck your back toes. Lift the back knee. Inhale. Exhale, straighten. Come into a wide pyramid pose. Hold here, okay? And as you lengthen your heart forward, think about dragging the right hip back an inch and pulling your left hip forward an inch. And then can you hug the inner thighs towards the midline? Take an inhale and exhale. Inhale, let's bend the right knee, gaze forward. On your exhale, step your left foot to meet the right. Let's come into a ragdoll. So take your feet a little bit wider, bend your knees, grab the elbows, take a little sway left, a little sway right. Relax your head, relax your neck. Release your hands to the mat. We're gonna toe heel the feet, hips width distant. Inhale, come into a flat back. Exhale, let it go, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart space. Arms down by your side, Tadasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach the arms overhead. And on your exhale, take your hands behind your back and interlace all 10 fingers here. I like to take my feet a little bit wider and then bend the knees. Lift your shoulders up and back first and then lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale, very gently forward fold with a chest expansion. You can relax your head, relax your neck. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Bend your knees. Think about a skier. So you're going to lengthen the crown forward, and then without slingshotting, exhale, hands come down. Inhale, create a flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, downward facing dog. From down dog, we'll roll forward to plank on your inhale, and your choice. You can lower your knees down first, or just bend your elbows and come all the way down to your belly. Really nice. Okay. We're going to take something called oscillating cobra. You're going to tent your fingertips 3 or 4 inches off of your mat. Think about little bat wings with your elbows, and then drop your third eye. Take your feet a little wider if your low back is sensitive, and please be mindful as you lift up into your cobra, be mindful of how far you go, especially if you have a sensitive low back. You're going to inhale, lift your belly, your heart, your chin, your gaze. Exhale, lower belly, heart, chin, and gaze. Hands can slide back 1/2 inch if you want to go a little bit deeper. Inhale, try to make your gaze the last thing to come up. Beautiful. Exhale, lower it down. Hands come outside the ribs, plant the palms, tuck the toes. On your inhale, press up, plank or tabletop. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Let's do the left side. Inhale, float your left leg high. Keep the hips square. So work those inner thighs. On your exhale, just curl the heel towards the glute. Take a full breath in. Exhale, start to peel the hip open. Left knee up towards the sky. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, mindfully cross your left knee to your right tricep. Hold, take an inhale. Exhale, left knee to your left tricep. So strong. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, can you bring your knee towards your nose first, and then quietly step your left foot in between your hands. Drop the back knee down. Blocks if you have them. Take your time, right? There's no rush here. Slowly lift your heart and then settle into the pose. Now make this active by isometrically dragging your left heel back and your right knee forward, and then keep the core engaged. Maybe hands come to your hips. As your hands come to your hips, maybe you sweep the arms overhead. Maybe you hold here, maybe take your little back bend, capturing opposite elbows, curling the upper chest, core stays active for 3. Keep breathing here for 2 and 1. Release your hands down, tuck back toes, lift the back knee, inhale. Exhale, wide pyramid, straighten and bump your hips back. Continue to draw your right hip forward and your left hip back, and then start to hug the inner thighs towards the midline. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Inhale, bend your left knee, gaze forward. Exhale, float your right foot to meet the left. This time, once it lands, inhale, push off your blocks, your shins, your thighs. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, let it go, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to the heart, Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, take your hands behind your back. Interlace all 10 fingers. Maybe you take the opposite grip, so opposite thumb on top. Lift the shoulders, draw them back. Take your feet a little wider. Bend your knees, lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale, very gently forward fold with the chest expansion. Inhale, let's bend the knees, downhill ski. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, downward facing dog. From down dog, we'll ripple forward to plank. Knees down or not, exhale, come all the way down to your belly. Untuck the toes, tent the fingertips off the mat, prepping for oscillating cobra. Inhale, mindfully lift belly, heart, chin, gaze. Exhale, mindfully lower belly, heart, chin, and gaze. Hands can slide back half an inch. One more time. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, lower down. Hands come right outside the ribs, plant the palms, tuck the toes. Inhale, plank or tabletop, press it up. Downward facing dog. All right, moving on from that, you're gonna inhale, float your right leg high, three-legged. Exhale, curl the heel towards the glute. Take an inhale. Exhale, open it up. Inhale here. Exhale, cross right knee to your left tricep. Hold, inhale. Exhale, right knee to your right tricep. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, knee to the nose. Step your right foot in between your hands. Hands can come to hips. Let's come to a high crescent lunge, Vinyasa. You can always bend your back knee here. Think about left hip forward, right hip back. Work the inner thighs, and then sweep the arms overhead. Take an inhale. Exhale, shift your weight more into your right heel. Bend your right knee. Take one more inhale. Exhale, spin the back heel down, open up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Arms out to the sides. Bend your right knee, make sure it's not caving in, it's pressing out to the right. Lift your hip points up. Take an inhale. Exhale, press your feet into the earth, feel those legs fire up. Inhale, we're gonna lengthen forward. Exhale, moving towards extended side angle, form to the thigh. Sweep the left arm overhead, thumb up, palm of the hand is facing behind you. So feel a long line of energy from the outer edge of your left foot through your left hip, through your left fingertips. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, can you rotate the bottom ribs, the right side ribs up towards the sky? One more inhale. Exhale. So strong. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, we're gonna start to straighten the front leg. Bump the hips back. Can you create as much space through your right side as you move towards Trikonasana triangle? Right hand down, left arm up. If you need a block here, take a block underneath your right hand. Reach that left arm up, take an inhale, and take an exhale. Inhale, we're gonna rise up. Exhale, just rebend the front knee for a moment, warrior two. Inhale, 5-point star, heels in, toes out. On your exhale, come to a goddess squat. Hands come to your inner thighs. Bend your knees, lift your heart. Take an inhale. We're gonna add a little twist. Exhale, drop your right shoulder and twist to the left. So opening up the hips here and getting a nice twist in the thoracic spine. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, you're gonna drop your left shoulder and twist to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Hands to your heart on your exhale. Sit low, press your thigh bones back. Inhale, rise it up, 5-point star. Exhale, hands come to your hips. Parallel your feet, lift your chest, inhale. Exhale, hinge, come to a fold. Okay, so we're gonna be here for a few rounds of breath. If you want, you can stay here, right? Hands underneath the shoulders. Hands can grab the ankles. You can walk the hands through the legs. I really like a wide down dog variation. So walking the hands forward, this will simultaneously open up the posterior chain, the back body, but it'll also help open up the front body. So walking the hands forward, relax your head, full inhale, and slow exhale. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders, think a long spine, inhale. Exhale, bend your left knee, press your hips back, gentle skandasana. Be mindful of the inner thigh. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bend your right knee, press your hips back. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, pivot forward. Come to a lunge. Left hand down, inhale, twist to the right. Really nice. As you hold here in your lunge, your twisted lunge, can you hug the inner thighs towards the midline? So notice if that right hip is jutting out to the right, draw it in. And then can you lift your left thigh bone a little bit higher? Inhale, exhale, right hand down. Core active on your inhale. Step your right foot back, plank, exhale. Hold your inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, ripple forward to plank. Exhale, come all the way down to your belly. Untuck toes, tent the fingertips. One time, oscillating cobra. Inhale, roll it up, open up the heart. Exhale, mindfully lower down. Really nice. From here, hands outside the ribs, plant the palms, tuck toes. Inhale, press up, plank or tabletop. Downward facing dog. Inhale, we're going to float the left leg high. On your exhale, curl the heel towards the glute. Take an inhale. Exhale, open it up. Peel the hip open. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, cross left knee to your right tricep. Hold, inhale. Exhale, left knee to the left tricep. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, knee to the nose, and then quietly step your left foot in between your hands. Hands could come to your hips, that's fine, right? Coming into your high crescent lunge. Take your time here. Draw right hip forward, left hip back. And then as you reach the arms overhead, can you shift more weight into your left heel? Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, spin the back heel down, open up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2, arms out to the sides, palms down. Make sure the left knee isn't caving in, so press it out to the left a little bit here. Lift your hip points up. Activate both feet, press them into the earth. Take an inhale. Exhale, press the feet down, feel pressure into the legs, rooting down to rise up. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, extended side, form to the thigh. Sweep the right arm overhead, and then lengthen through your right side. What's happening with your back foot? So really press that back foot into the earth. Lengthen through your crown. Inhale. Exhale, rotate the left side ribs up towards the sky. Let's inhale, rise it back up. Come back to Warrior 2, gaze forward. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Bump your hips back. Lengthen through your left side. Trikonasana, left hand down, right arm up, triangle pose. Keep pressing the feet down. Tailbone lengthens towards the back heel. Top arm is super strong. Take an inhale and take an exhale. We're going to rise back up on your inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, rebend the left knee. Inhale, we'll come to a 5-point star. I'm going to face you guys at home. And on your exhale, you're going to bend your knees, take your hands to the inner thighs, taking that twist. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, drop your left shoulder, twist to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop your right shoulder, twist to the left. Really nice. Inhale, come back to center, hands to your heart. Maybe bring your hands behind your head. Make it a little bit spicy in your goddess pose. Press the head back into the hands. Bend your knees, hold here 5. Keep pressing the thigh bones back for 4. Core active for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, 5-point star. Exhale, hands come to the hips, parallel the feet. Lift your chest, inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold. Again, your choice of a fold, so maybe the wide down dog, maybe you take a different variation. Press your hips back. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Wherever you are, walk your hands underneath your shoulders, long spine, inhale. Exhale, you're going to bend your right knee, press your hips back, Skandasana. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bend your left knee, press your hips back. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, we're going to pivot to the top of the mat. So you're going to come back to that lunge. Right hand down, we'll add the twist. Left arm up towards the sky. Again, if your hips tend to bump to the left, which happens, right? Try to hug them more towards the midline and then lift your right thigh bone up. Lengthen through your left fingertips, inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down, frames the left foot. Plant your palms, inhale. Exhale, step your left foot back, plank. So strong, crown forward, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, ripple forward to plank. And on your exhale, coming all the way down to your belly. Knees can come down, that's fine. Tent the fingertips, untuck the toes. One time, inhale, oscillating cobra. Exhale, lower down. Hands come right outside the ribs, plant the palms, tuck the toes, inhale, plank or tabletop. Downward facing dog. So we're going to move through that flow. We're going to add on a little bit, so listen to the cues. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, curl, heel towards the glute. Keep the hips square. Take an inhale. Exhale, open it up. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, right knee to your left tricep. We're going to move towards fallen star. Extend the right leg out to the left and spin to the sole of the back foot. Right hand down and left arm up. Fallen star. Press your hips higher for 3, Keep breathing here for 2. You got this. 1, left hand down. Inhale, unwind, 3-legged. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Vinyasa, inhale, rise it up. Exhale, warrior 2, spin the back heel down. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, extended side. Sweep the left arm overhead. Full inhale, slow exhale. Inhale, come back up, warrior 2. Exhale, straighten, moving towards your triangle, right hand down, left arm up. This is where we're gonna add on Ardha Chandrasana. Left hand could come to the hip. You're gonna bend your right knee, look down, maybe a block underneath your right hand. And then from here, we're gonna float the left leg up. Now, I like to bring the palm of my left hand to my sacrum, my low back, and then really feel the hips stack as I rotate the bottom ribs up towards the sky. Moving slow here. Back foot is active. Maybe the top arm extends. You can stay here or come into Chapasana, sugar cane. Curl the heel towards the glute. Capture the left foot. Kick the foot into the hand. Press the hips. Forward, lengthen through your crown for 3. Keep breathing here for 2 and 1. Gently release, no slingshotting. Inhale, bend your standing leg. Exhale, come back to warrior 2. Take your time. Once you're there, inhale, 5-point star. You did amazing. Exhale, let's just come to a regular goddess, hands to your heart, bend your knees. Inhale, burst open. Exhale, hands to the hips, parallel the feet, lift your chest, inhale. Exhale, hinge. Fold, hands come down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, cradle long spine. Exhale, bend your left knee, press your hips back, Skandasana, maybe it's a little deeper. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bend your right knee. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, pivot forward, lunge top of the mat. Left hand down, twist to the right. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right hand down. Take an inhale. Plank pose, exhale. Long through the crown, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, ripple forward to your plank. Exhale, bend the elbows. Maybe you're lowering the knees down. I'm gonna do that. Bend your knees, come all the way down. Untuck the toes, tent the fingertips. Off the mat, oscillating cobra 1 time. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, lower it down. Hands outside the ribs, plant the palms, tuck toes. Inhale, press up. Downward facing dog. Exhale, left side, and then we are done with standing. Inhale, lift your left leg high, 3-legged. Exhale, curl the heel towards the glute. Take a full breath in. Exhale, peel the hip open. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, cross left knee to your right tricep, and then maybe you're coming into your fallen star. Extend that left leg, spin to the sole of the back foot, right arm up, hips up, hold for 3. Keep breathing here for 2 and 1. Right hand down, unwind, 3-legged, left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Anjaneyasana, high crescent, rise it up, inhale. Exhale, warrior 2, spin the back heel down. Inhale, lengthen forward, moving towards extended side. Exhale, form to the thigh, sweep that right arm overhead. Full inhale, slow exhale. Inhale, come back, strong, warrior 2. Moving towards triangle, exhale, straighten, bump the hips back, lengthen forward, left hand down, right arm up. All right, you can stay here, or we can come into that half moon. I like to bring my right hand to my hip. Look down, bend the left knee, maybe a block. You're gonna start to shift your weight into your left foot. Drive to the left heel. Again, right hand can come to the sacrum. Feel the hips stack. Activate your back foot. And maybe you're here. Maybe the right arm floats up. Half moon Ardha Chandrasana, or you're gonna curl the heel towards the glute and take sugar cane. If you have your foot into your hand, gently kick your foot into your hand. Press the hips forward for 3. Keep breathing here for 2 and 1. Gently release, no slingshotting. Inhale, start to bend your standing leg. We're gonna make our way back to warrior 2. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, let's come to a 5-point star. Exhale, goddess, bend your knees. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hands come to the hips, parallel the feet, lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale, hinge and enjoy the fold. Hands come down. Inhale, flat back. On your exhale, you're gonna bend your right knee, press your hips back. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bend your left knee, Skandasana, press the hips back. Hold here, inhale. We're gonna exhale, pivot to the top of the mat. Right hand down, twist to the left arm up towards the sky. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down. Take an inhale, crown long. Exhale, step your left foot back to your plank. Hold, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, ripple forward to plank. Exhale, bend your elbows, come all the way down. Untuck toes, tent the fingertips off the mat. Inhale, oscillating, lift up. Be mindful of your low back here. Exhale, lower down. This time, take your hands outside your ribs. Take an inhale. Child's pose. Exhale, press your hips back towards your heels. Take a full breath in and a slow, steady breath out. Coming back to your home base here. Inhale. Exhale. Really, really nice. You're going to slowly come back to a downward facing dog. I'm done. I promise we're done with standing. You're going to press your hips up and back. We're going to make our way towards a half pigeon. You're going to take your right knee behind your right wrist and your right ankle behind your left wrist. So you're going to slowly slide that right shin forward. And then from here, you're going to settle your back knee down onto the mat. This is where blocks can come in handy, okay? So I like to take a block underneath my right sits bone because I tend to kind of lean in this pose. So that block is going to help neutralize the hips, ground them down, support them. And then you can stay upright. You can stay here. You can slowly walk your hands forward, put your pigeon to sleep. You can rest your third eye, whatever feels best for you here. I'd like to rest my head on something, so the block is very helpful, helps me to feel grounded, supported. Wherever you are, try to soften the space between your shoulder blades, relax the muscles in your jaw, and don't forget to breathe. Allowing yourself to really bring a feeling of ease to the areas that feel a little sticky or tight. So that could be the hip creases, it could be the inner thigh, it could be the low back, the sacral area of the body. Take a full inhale and slow exhale. Amazing. Wherever you are, you're going to plant your palms, lift your chest. If you have a block underneath your sits bone, move it out of the way. Okay. So blocks forward. Your choice here, you can either press back to down dog, you can take three-legged and open up the hip, or you could take three-legged and flip your dog, which is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna tuck the back toes, lift the back leg, the right leg, and on your exhale, bend and start to open up. You're gonna step your right foot and then press your hips up, extend that right arm forward for 3. Keep breathing here for 2 and 1. Slowly come back to down dog, take your time. Once you're there, inhale, let's roll forward to plank just to neutralize. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, press the hips up and back. Half pigeon on the left, left knee behind the left wrist, left ankle behind the right wrist. Gently drop your back knee down. And then take your time, right? Maybe a block underneath the left sits bone. Maybe you're upright for a moment. Maybe you come all the way down. You can stack forms here. If you don't have a block, you can bring your block underneath your third eye. Again, I like to bring my head onto something just to feel that support. Are you clenching your jaw, right? Try to soften the muscles in your face. Soften the space between your shoulder blades. And breathe. Amazing. Let's slowly come up. You're going to plant your palms, okay? Again, your choice. You can make your way to down dog. You could take three-legged and open up your hip, or you can flip your dog and come into a wild thing, which is what I'm going to do. So you're going to tuck your back toes. You're going to lift the left leg up, start to bend like we've been doing this whole class, and then slowly flip. Left foot behind you, press the hips up. Wild thing for 3. Amazing. 2 and 1. Slowly come back to down dog. Press hips back, full inhale. Come down, knees down to a tabletop on your exhale. All right, my friends, let's swivel the feet to one side and bring them forward. And we're gonna come on to our backs. Come all the way down onto your back. And then from here, we're gonna take the right knee into the chest and interlace the hands behind the right thigh. Maybe you're extending the left leg forward if that feels good. Bring your right leg up the wall. Point and flex your toes. Do that a few times. And then if it feels good, you can roll out the ankle in one direction. Try to move slower than you think here. And then move it the other direction. Amazing. Let's take a supine twist. Bend your right knee and then take the leg across the body into your supine twist. Right arm can come into a half T. If your right shoulder is floating in space, try to draw your right shoulder down, and that might mean that the twist is not as deep. If you need support underneath your right knee, take a block or a blanket or a pillow underneath your right knee, right? That might feel really good for some of you. Take a full breath in and take a slow breath out. Let's come back to center. We'll switch it out. You'll take your left knee in toward your chest, interlace the hands behind the left thigh. Maybe you're extending the right leg to straight, and then bring your left leg up the wall. Start to point and flex the left toes. Nice little stretch for the back of the left leg. And then roll it out one direction. And then roll it out in the other direction. Slower than you think. Get through those lines of tissue. And then we'll take that supine twist. Bend your left knee. Take it across the body. Oh, it's like my favorite posture ever. And then you can be here, right? Left shoulder stays grounded. If you want that support, that added support, a block or a blanket underneath your left leg, that might feel really good. Wherever you are, just breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Amazing. Let's come back to center. This time, knees to the armpits, come into a wide straddle. You can rock side to side. If a happy baby is calling you, take that. And then we're going to come into a ball pose. Knees towards your chest. Wrap your forearms around your shins if that feels good. Third eye towards your knees. Get really, really small. Give your body a hug. Take a full breath in. Squeeze everything, legs, belly, and face. Exhale, Savasana. Extend your legs. Extend your arms. Take any last shifts or movements that are calling you here. And then come into your final resting pose. So I really, really encourage you to just be here for a few moments, right, in stillness. How often do we get a chance to just lay in stillness besides when we're sleeping? If you can, try to soften the space between your eyebrows, the muscles in your face. Relax the shoulders, the arms, all the way to your fingertips. Softening the deepest part of your heart space, your belly. Relax your hips. Feel your legs heavy, supported. Soften your heels and ungrip your toes. We'll be here for just a few moments. Savasana. Wherever you are, just start to slowly deepen your breath. And if you want to stay in Savasana, you're more than welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. But if you want to slowly start to close your practice, let's start to bring a gentle awareness into the body. So rolling out the wrists or wiggling the toes. You can move your head, really any intuitive, organic movement here. And then once you're ready, reach the arms overhead. Good morning stretch. Take a full breath in and a slow breath out. Bend your knees, plant your feet, pick a side. You're going to roll to a fetal position on either your left or your right side. And then once you're ready, coming up to an easy seated pose, Sukhasana, crossing at your shins or your ankles. Just take a moment to sit upright. Feel the sits bones grounding into the earth. Spine is long and aligned here from your tailbone through your crown. On your next inhale, sweep the arms out and up, palms will touch. Exhale, bring your thumbs to your heart space for Anjali Mudra, holding your heart before your heart, your mind before your mind. Inviting a moment of gratitude here for your breath, your body, and your practice. Wherever you are, bring your thumbs to your third eye, take a full breath in, and an open mouth exhale. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked this video, please give it a like. If you want to see more flows like this, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Namaste.